So I was backstage before the show. There were two ladies talking to each other, and they, as far as I know, they never met each other. But they were, "Hey girl, like your earrings, like your necklace, like your dress, like your shoes." And I was thinking, why don't guys do that to each other? When two guys meet each other, we don't compliment each other. We don't even compliment women unless we want to sleep with them. We don't compliment them when we first meet them. And I thought it's probably the fault of vocabulary. I think that's what it is. Because guys generally work with such a limited vocabulary. I think if we did start complimenting women when we first met them, we'd be like, "I like your breasts. That's pretty much all I know how to say. And can I buy you a drink?" So, something to think about. I think if guys would expand their vocabulary, we'd be able to do that. Or maybe guys can never do it. But it's interesting that when you see two women meet, that the first thing they do is compliment each other. And because of that, I think it's a much more peaceful existence if you think about it. If we could all just meet each other and compliment each other. On the show today, my guest, Jilly, is a singer. She's a songwriter. She's a performance artist. She's come here from somewhere else, which she's going to tell you about, but she's here in Vegas now. She does a show every Saturday night locally. So welcome to the show, Jilly. How are you, dear?
Thank you, Ace. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I love your green dress. It's very Irish St. Patrick's kind of happening, but it's also Christmas time. So is this for Christmas type of vibe going on?
Yes.
Nice. And tell us a little bit about your story. So you came from,
Well, I'm here from New Jersey, down from the Asbury Park area, where I've lived all of my life. I am I'm a real Jersey Shore girl. You see that show Jersey Shore? They are not Jersey Shore. I'm Jersey Shore. Born and bred, lived there all my life.
and
Grew up
what,
a couple blocks from the beach.
now what is Jersey Shore? Because to me, when I hear that, like I think of Bruce Springsteen, I think of bars, beers, and fights.
All of the above.
That's what it is.
All of the above. Danny DeVito is from there. Tom Cruise.
Really?
Um, yeah, there's a lot of big
And I
artists.
should go there anyway, even though that was okay.
Absolutely.
And so, is it a rough place to grow up?
Oh no, wonderful.
No, it's not.
No,
Even with
not
all the
at
bars and beers and fights.
No,
No.
nope.
Interesting. So why would you leave there and travel to other places to do your entertainment then?
Well, the entertainment world, definitely one of the meccas is Las Vegas.
Sure.
Absolutely wanted to expand my repertoire, meet some new people, get into some new venues, and get my music out there across the world and across the nation. So, had to go from the East Coast to the West Coast, bring it here.
Now, in your career, would you say you've been mostly successful?
I consider myself successful. Anybody that can support themselves or go to work every day and say, I love what I do, I love my job, that's successful. Not too
Nice.
many people wake up in the morning and go, oh, I can't wait to go to work. I do. I do. I love my job.
Nice. And I saw on your Facebook you were part of a big show, I guess on the East Coast. Tell me a little bit about that show.
It's called Decades of Divas, and it was actually produced by Frankie Previtt, who you would know as the guy with that Grammy for I've Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
Super nice guy. Worked with 4 other women, which, getting back to what you said before about women and complimenting each other, not a whole lot of women can work together, like each other, get along, support each other, not do the old cat with the claws out. We're actually a group of 5 different female artists who all do their own individual music and came together to do this show to pay homage to the divas from the 40s up who facilitated music in the industry, women in the industry, where it's a very man's world, as James Brown says, it's a man's world. It's not. We brought up those women. We paid homage. We sang their songs, not so much as an imitation of. There are a lot of bands now that do the tributes. This was a tribute, but with style and class, as opposed to just a solid, okay, we're going to take such and such band who was from the 80s and just do a solid show of just them. we incorporated all of them, bringing all the elements that they brought to the table and showing it through the years. Ella Fitzgerald, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Dolly Parton, just to name a few.
It's interesting that you mentioned that it's a man's world because men can't do those songs. You know, like there's no way a man can get up and pull off a Pat Benatar just even for fun. Like it's just not. Yeah, it just doesn't strike me. So it seems like women entertainers are a little underrated in the sense that yeah, it's a man's world. There's tons of those rockers out there, but man, it's the legends like Aretha and Janice and Gladys and I mean we could do this all day. What do you think about that statement?
Well, I definitely think we're viewed as the weaker sex in a lot of ways. I'll use Madonna as an example. She pretty much epitomizes a man in the industry. She does the business, she does the writing, she does the performing. She's a hell of a businesswoman, and I don't think that the average person in this industry is. They don't do that all themselves. So I think it's more